So why Audacity on a laptop, right? We have voice memos or GarageBand even on our phones or Androids. We can simply record on our phones. Um, I'm not opposed to this. In fact, I use voice memo and certain recording things on my phone pretty frequently. The thing is that if we're having students become familiar with recording software, one, I don't think I would want my students to have their cell phones out during class time because I think they can become distracted by a lot of other things. The other thing is, even with some of my students, they might not even have phones yet because maybe the parents don't trust them with them yet. They're not old enough. And they most likely have access to at least a computer at school or at a library, or even I find most students that are in poverty to have one computer at least at home. So I think the accessibility to a computer is easier for them than having their own phone. I also think that it's easier to navigate around on, at least when you're doing editing and recording, when you have a laptop with multiple buttons and you have different screens open if you're doing some sort of editing or importing or what have you. I think it's easier to navigate around that. And plus, people who are producers, who are doing podcasts, who are doing anything with recording engineering, most of the professionals today are using a big monitor to look at their audio recording, their tracks, right? So we're kind of gypping our students if we just do all recording on a cell phone, right? We want to prepare them for what the real world is using. So lastly, the thing I wanted to point out, yes, I do still use recordings on my iPhone, but we can even take that to the next level by taking that track that we record on our cell phones and importing them into Audacity. And we can maybe take them further and maybe easier navigate ourselves around that recording.